Welcome back to the Bulldog Blitz. My name is Bethany Werge. While intercollegiate sports are a big thing on campus, other sports-related clubs and organizations are also making their marks. Today, I have Cole Smith from the men's cycling team in the studio with me. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Thanks for coming on. So let's start with the basics. Not many people know about this, like very few. So can you just kind of explain what the cycling club is? I mean, I know your title is president, right? So it kind of makes it sound like you guys might just do joy rides, but...
Yeah, so I guess some people would know us as the big group ride that rides through campus every day at 6 p.m. Some people know us as those idiots that get stuck behind while they're driving. Your take on it, we're a cycling club from Butler. So we're part of the club sports, and we're currently 15 members strong. We're part of the Midwest Cycling Collegiate Conference, MWCCC. So we race other states such as Illinois, Kentucky, Michigan, and Ohio, and we're racing schools like Notre Dame, Michigan State, Michigan University, Ohio State, Indiana University, Purdue. So schools from all over. And a good thing about the cycling club is we get to travel for our races and meets and things like that, and really get to see how other schools are performing and compare ourselves to them.
Cool. So you actually compete. I know most recently you faced Notre Dame and Purdue, right? So can you kind of take me through that race so our viewers can get a feel for what it's like?
Sure, absolutely. So every week in the spring, starting in the last week of February, is our road racing season. We also have mountain bike season, but in the spring it's our road racing. And basically on Saturday is going to be our road race. So this is a race that will be either 20 miles, 40 miles, or 60 miles, depending on your what division you're in. So for instance, I'm in C, so I rode 40 miles. And then on Sunday, it's called a criterium. So you're more or less on a 1 kilometer circuit race, or like a track, and you just do so many laps that way.
Okay, so it's a mixture of both. I was thinking it was one
Yeah.
or the other. And how did you guys do as a team?
We did really well. We had one of our girls actually placed top 10, and this was our regionals meet, so she actually qualified for nationals, which she'll be going to in Ogden, Utah next week.
Cool. So you get a team score.
Yes, we do
Okay,
get a
so
team
you get
score
both.
and individual too.
Nice. So what does a typical training week consist of? I know a day can't really enlighten us really as much as that would.
So we encourage our riders to get out as much as possible on their own, but we do have group rides. Actually, we're having a group ride that leaves from Hinkle every day at 6 p.m. Not all riders can meet at the same time, so it's convenient having enough people this year to where we can at least get 4 or 5 people to go out on a ride to ride together. It's always more fun to ride in a group than alone, and we encourage that. So really, I guess for the average cyclist, it looks like 3 days a week. More intense training, I try and do 4 or 5 days a week, but it's always good to have off days too, to let your body rejuvenate.
Absolutely. So your club is affiliated with USA Cycling, right? What is the connection there?
So basically, USA Cycling organizes all this, and to be recognized as a club, you have to have so many members and also participate in so many meets each year. So USA Cycling puts all this together. They do the MWCC, which we're a part of, and essentially once they put together the meets, we get a schedule and we get to go to so many meets.
Cool. So I saw on your Twitter, which is at Butler Cycling, by the way, for people who don't know, that you guys, quote, promote philanthropy. So how do you and your teammates do that?
We just received a sponsorship this year. One of our biggest ones is 24 Hours of Booty. If you haven't heard of it, it's kind of like a Relay for Life, except you're on bikes, which is awesome. We had our first one last year. It was here at Butler University. We had a 5-mile course, and people will ride for 24 hours. So usually people like to get a team together, so that way they always have one person from their team riding, and it's to help raise money, for cancer victims. And we also do different philanthropy events. We did a few things. We helped pass out water bottles and snacks to the Hilly 100, which is a big group ride in Bloomington, Indiana. So that was one thing we did. And then we also have worked a few different things at different meets, taking registrations and money and things like that.
Awesome. So now in terms of personal experiences, how did you decide to join? Like, was this kind of like on a whim, or did you do this before?
Yeah, I get that question a lot. How does one become a cyclist?
And 60 miles a day, no
Yeah.
biggie.
So my dad was a cyclist. He actually started just to supplement working out, staying healthy, and he actually had an extra bike. I got started about in high school, but it was more for fun. And then freshman year came out and signed up for cycling club as one of the 40 clubs I signed up for. But the one that I stuck with, and it's been a lot of fun.
So what's your favorite part about being on this team?
Probably
G,
Yeah.
keep a G here, don't forget.
Yeah. Probably the racing and the traveling. I think being in that big pack, the big peloton at the beginning of the race where there's 80 other people just surrounding you, and you're going 30 miles an hour, that's a lot of fun. And also just traveling to different schools and seeing a lot of other courses is a lot of fun too.
So it sounds like you guys compete a lot, and you don't get notes and stuff like that for school like intercollegiates, right? So how do you balance, going to all these races and traveling so much with your studies?
Yes, that is a big portion. We always encourage people to do as much studying as they can beforehand, before a race. But the nice thing about our races is they're on the weekends, so we don't have to ever skip classes or skip schools. But the other thing is our races are early in the morning, so after a race we can come back, do all of our studying, get a nap in, and get ready for the next day.
Awesome. So to find out more about this, what do you suggest? Should people get in touch with you, or?
Yes, that'd be great. If you are a cyclist out there and we haven't reached out to you yet, we would encourage you to go to butlercycling.com. That's our club sports page and our blog, so you can find out more information about us there. You can also go to mwccc.org. That's part of our USA Cycling website. We're on Twitter at Butler Cycling. Follow us there. Or if you see us on the group ride, be sure to wave to us.
Don't run into us, though, right? That sounds like fun. Maybe I'll join next year. You can whip me back into shape. Like you said, if you want more information about Butler Cycling, you can visit www.butlercycling.com. Cole, thank you so much for joining me on The Blitz. I'm Bethany Werge, and coming up next, Marissa Johnson and Matt Rhinesmith have stories about Spring Sports Spectacular and the surging Butler softball team when the Bulldog Blitz continues in a moment.